So Steph, Leamington's Chelsea Garden won a silver medal this year at Chelsea Flower Show. How did it all come about?
Well, it's a bit of a story. The Chelsea Flower Show was last year, 2014, and a year and a half before that is when we started working on the project. And the seeds of the idea started with Sarah Horne, a florist in town, who was talking to me about tapping into the floral DNA of the town, and she had an idea of taking the town to Chelsea, to the Chelsea Flower Show. And she then met up with a garden designer named Debbie Cooke, and together they sort of came up with a design which they submitted to Chelsea and was accepted, and then they came to us at the Business Improvement District at Bid Leamington and spoke to me and my board of directors to get the support of the business community so that we could see the project delivered. And that's really where it all started, was the sort of the seeds of this idea about the DNA of the town. And then Sarah and Debbie, they then met a chap named Clive Sanderson, and he's a metal worker, and he designed this arbour, and he sort of jumped on board quite quickly, and I think that sort of cemented the project in many ways.
How did Sarah Windrum and Emerald Business Communications get involved?
Sarah Windrum and Emerald got involved about 3 or 4 months before we went to Chelsea. We had been successful in getting lots and lots of businesses on board to support different parts of the project. The plants were all donated, the printing was donated from Emerson Press. A local bread shop in town was baking the Chelsea Bloomer to raise funds. A local jewellery shop bought in a range of jewellery to floral jewellery to sell with the proceeds to the project. That was fabulous. But we needed to raise some actual money, and so I set up a fundraising site, and I went to do a presentation at the Chamber of Commerce, and on my way there someone made a donation, and I was really excited as I was going to do this presentation at the Chamber of Commerce about this first donation that had come in, and little did I know that Sarah had made the donation, and she was sat in the audience listening to my presentation that day, and I really excitedly told everyone, and somebody's just donated £20 to the project, and had no idea that it was her and that she was sat there listening. And afterwards she came up to me and asked if she could help in any other way.
So the Chelsea Flower Show, I first heard about that at a presentation at the Chamber of Commerce with Steph and Debbie, and they presented what they were going to do, and I was totally transfixed by it. It was absolutely amazing. What they had done, what Sarah and Debbie had created, was Leamington in a garden. It had everything from the bank, the banks of the River Lem, the kind of the wilder side of Leamington, to the very sophisticated side with the picnic in the park, and obviously the table with the waterfall and the candelabra. So to me, it kind of epitomised everything that Leamington was about, all the different sides of Leamington's personality, which is why I was so excited about it.
And that was just an absolute blessing, because I was really good at being super enthusiastic about the project and selling the project, but my strength was not in asking people to donate funds to the project, whereas she came in as a supporter and sort of picked up the baton there and was successful in getting lots and lots of businesses on board as well. And for us, that sort of energy and enthusiasm that she brought to the project just meant an awful lot, and it's really what took us over the finish line, so we were hugely appreciative.
Do you think the community spirit in Leamington is unique?
Absolutely. One of the really unique things about this project was it was the first time a community funded garden had been taken to the Chelsea Flower Show, and so with that in mind, the fact that in itself was just a huge achievement for the town. We were sat there next to gardens from cities like Birmingham and even countries like Thailand, which had huge sort of amounts of funding backing them, and this was a little garden in the centre of the Great Pavilion where 85 businesses had gotten together and put their energy together to sort of take it there, and I think that a lot of the people that had donated things to the garden, like the arbour itself, it was important to them that it didn't just go to Chelsea and that was it, that it came home and that it found a permanent home in the town. And working with Warwick District Council, we were pleased to secure the site here in East Lodge, and it was in July we did the grand opening. And I think that's a real treat for the town as well, because You know, many of the plants here are actually the plants we had at Chelsea. The hedge is the very same hedge, the roses, the arbor, and so we've got our very own Chelsea garden right in Leamington Spa now.